wow, Sony, and they gifted me a lens.
You were like, yeah, camera मिलता तो और
हाँ, कैमरा मिलता तो और मजा होता. But then I never had that like कि price क्या मिलेगा.
And yeah, videos were shit. I wouldn't say shit. I will.
Canon वाले मार देंगे.
Rod भी Rahul है. So I started photography, I guess, in 8th standard or 9th standard. That was the first time my uncle, we have a joint family. So my uncle had got his first Canon 1200D. So but at that time I used to use that for like the auto mode, sports mode, those some fixed modes असता पर preset modes. I used to use that. I'm like, photos की क्या बरा है ना. So I started with slow shutter, अशे जाता, so light trails, you can capture stars, stuff like that. So that fascinated me a lot. I would say getting that practical experience is something is really, really important. This is the reason I said I don't watch that much movies. So I go out, I see a frame and try to make a story out of it. So that is mine.
Go out with your camera, click anything. If you're at home, you're getting bored, click at home. Glass दिसलो ग्लासा फोटो काढ, ग्लास फ्रेम कर, ग्लासा मुखार झाड दवर, do anything. So there is this flat lay you can do at home. Product photography you can do at home, right? I have seen Dhruv doing at home.
Yeah.
I have seen many of his shots, like very beautiful, natural. घरा त्याची आजी किती करता, right? His cat playing around. He took those pictures. It looks very beautiful. Like even I used to do at home. Like किती मेटा ते काढता लाव. And that's how I learned photography, like in the streets.
So we had a heavy round, like, both gyan tha. We'll have a light round. Consider yourself as a camera ambassador, like, okay? And you have to pitch why this camera is good and all.
So मुझे कैमरा बेचना है.
Yeah, camera बेचना है, like.
यार sales कभी किया नहीं. I think my favorite camera is Sony because I use Sony. I started out with Canon 600D. So Canon 600D was my first camera which I got just to click DP. बाप को ऐसा ऐसा चूना लगा के I bought my first camera. It was for DP shoot. So I got my first Canon camera. Like पापा को बोला यार please दिला दो. After a lot of here and there, he gave me that money to buy that camera. And then I took that camera, and the first gig I shot with that camera was for Virdas. If you know, he's an actor. So it's a long story. Cutting to short, I was in Mumbai studying event management. So उन लोगों को photographer चाहिए था for that event. So I'm like, I have a camera. Why hire a photographer? I'll click and give a few pictures. Because he was doing a stand-up comedy. So 2-3 shots were enough. I uploaded on Instagram. And Virdas uploaded the same photo on Instagram. He didn't give me credits. Okay, but then I was still happy. So I'm like, wow, he uploaded my photo. Still I commented there, like the office का ma'am ऐसा ऐसा मेरा photo है, देख लो म्हणून, wow म्हणून, like indirectly. I guess Virdas realized it. I don't remember whether he gave credit or didn't give, but that time it didn't matter for me because credits, because it was my first time. Like पहला shoot किया and then it was there. I was very happy. I'm like, अभी मैं photography page चालू करूँगा. क्योंकि
hashtag pro
Virdas ने गिरा.
Yeah.
I'll start photography first. Capture X7. So all street photography pictures which I took in Mumbai were shot in Canon. Then I got my first gig and I shot with Canon. And at that time I didn't know what was flash, how to use them. Okay, so I borrowed one friend's flash and I went for the engagement shoot. I did testing flash, like the setup and all. Oh wow, nice flashlight, nice photos. Engagement started, flash stopped working.
Oh my god.
Now I didn't know what to do. अभी क्या करेगा, मेरे को कुछ पता नहीं है फ्लैश होता कैसा था, क्या है. मैं ब्रो योर फ्लैश इज नॉट वर्किंग, व्हाट शुड आई डू. इसको ऐसे ऐसा डालो हो जाएगा. नहीं हो रहा है ब्रो अभी मैं कैसे बताऊँ फ़ोन पे. लाइक ओके, देन आई रियलाइज इट वॉज नॉट कंपेटेबल. वो उसके लिए नहीं था वो. फॉर दैट कैमरा इट वॉज नॉट दैट फ्लैश. आई गॉट स्ट्रेस्ड आउट. I took the ISO to 1000 and Canon 1000 means all pixel, and Shilpa was there with me. I told भाई फ़ोन का टॉर्च चलाओ, and she was there standing with the torch. मुझे इतना बुरा लगा उस टाइम पे कि what am I doing, but I had good skills in editing. मैंने फोटोज अच्छे से निकाल के दिए. Okay, then I learned कि भाई तेरे को अपग्रेड करना पड़ेगा. If you want to earn good money and take good gigs, you have to upgrade yourself. With the same camera, same lens, and borrowing flashes won't work, right? So I was working in events, as I told you. I saved that money and got my first Sony camera. So this is where I shifted from Canon to Sony because I wanted to do videos and photos. So Sony is a good camera for videos. and photos. Because videos I needed autofocus because my eyesight is little weak, right? So I can't trust my eyesight on focus. So मुझे बोला autofocus चाहिए, I want easy work. So when I got my camera, the Sony one first, सुबह उठ के जैसे बोला निकल गया मरीन ड्राइव, लाइक आज मैं नया कैमरे से फोटो खींचेगा. So I went there, I reached India Gate when I saw some banners putting up here and there. I'm like, कुछ तो event होगा आज. So I asked like what's going on. They're like some bikers will be coming. Yeah, the FMX I guess.
FMX.
So the Red Bull is organizing event. Bikers आएंगे, यहाँ से कूदेंगे, वहाँ से कूदेंगे. Like, wow. चलो content. So I stayed there. Like it was like very hot. पूरा 12 बजे का सीन था. And I stayed there. कि मुझे फोटो खींचना है आज. नया कैमरा है, I'll click good pictures with Sony. And then I started clicking. Burst mode पे डाके फटाफट photos. Like I clicked around 1,000 photos that day. Because bikers were non-stop. They come from here, they come from there. From those 1,000 photos, I selected 3 photos. Okay. And I uploaded on Instagram. The amount of response I got on that picture, like that time 1,000 likes were huge. I was blown. Like, yeah, followers बढ़ रहे. And I was so happy. Wow. कि यहाँ ऐसा हो रहा है. And then Sony had organized a competition, street competition of some. They have every month they used to have competitions. So in 1 month it was street. So I uploaded that picture for that competition and I won that. So that was my turning point for me. कि यार you got your first award as a photographer, and that was my first year in photography. I just got my new camera. And I was like, क्या बोलते उसको, Red Bull gives you wings ना, तो वैसे मतलब ऊपर, wow, Sony, and they gifted me a lens, and they featured me on their page.
They gifted you a lens?
Yeah, as a prize. And I was very happy, like getting featured on their page was.
You were like, yeah, camera मिलता तो और
हाँ, camera मिलता तो और मजा होता. But then I never had that like कि prize क्या मिलेगा. I was not like कि prize क्या है. I was happy कि they featured me on their page because I am new to this photography. It's everything is new. Instagram is new. सब new था मेरे, and then getting so much exposure from their platform was a huge thing for me. And then I got motivated कि अभी रुकना नहीं है. So and Sony helped me a lot. So talking about it, I have to sell a camera. So if you want a Sony camera, it has good focusing speed, good video quality, and it's a very tough body.
I will be the worst person to someone sell a camera, I would say, because I am someone who feels that you can get good footages yourself through any camera for me. But if I was to sell a camera, then I would not stick only to Sony and Canon or Fuji. But I would basically what I would do is I'll check what my budget is first. Whether you really want a 1 lakh plus camera or you can save up that money and buy a crop sensor and a good lens, because lenses won't go anywhere. You can use that same lens on a full frame body also using an adapter, or sometimes directly fit jata. Back then, when in 2018, 2017, Canon was known for photos. There was no comparison for photos for Canon and Nikon, and their videos were shit. I wouldn't say shit. I will.
Canon वाले मार देंगे.
Rod भी रावला मुड़न Canon. So Canon was lacking in video area, I would say, and that is where Sony was picking up. That if you remember, the Sony A7S2, not A7S3. A7S2 was the best video camera at that time. It had the best dynamic range and everything, but it lacked autofocus. Autofocus bare nachela, and Canon was known for autofocus. They gave a successor to that was A7 III. Now everybody has A7 III. Even Akshay uses A7 III.
I have two A7 IIIs.
Everybody,
सबके सब A7 III. That is nothing. Even some of the A7 III units are being sold today also. Stock, and they are buying A7 III. So that camera was extremely revolutionary. So that camera disrupted Canon market, everyone market. But now in 2022, I would say Canon is also very competent. Fuji is also competent. Fuji also being a crop sensor, that camera is, oh my god, that camera, I would say, I have used it personally, has better quality, better filmmaking abilities than a Sony one. I mean, equivalent price range.
So selling a camera, I think we can't do that.
Exactly.
Because it's everyone's choice. And
yeah.
some go with the FOMO. कि यार उसने Sony लिया है. Even I'll try Sony.